AKPA, Bedtime Storytime. AKPA, Bedtime Storytime.
Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of AKPA's Bedtime Storytime. And tonight I'll be reading Under the Stars by Sam S. Hi, friend. My name is Mark, and these are my brothers, Steve and Eric. I am the youngest. Today is our last day of school. Summer vacation is finally here. My family and I are going on a trip. I don't know where we are going. Mom and Dad said it's a surprise. Now that school is out, I get to sleep and play games with my brothers and walk to the ice cream shop down the street. I love living in the city. Hey boys, my parents called to us from the car. Get in. I sit between my brothers and look around. I see pots, pans, and my favorite blanket and pillow. Why is my stuff here? I asked. Usually I'm okay with surprises, but I have a bad feeling about this one. Steve and Eric glanced at all the stuff in the back. They both smiled widely. Are we going camping? They shouted. My stomach knots. Camping? That's the surprise? I don't want to go camping. There are creepy, crawly bugs, monsters who live in the woods, and most of all, it's dark. I'm afraid of the dark. Aren't you excited, Mark? My brother asked. It's your first camping trip. I can't tell them I'm afraid. They will laugh at me, so I just shrug my shoulders. Time to unload, Dad says as the car comes to a stop. Everybody out. I look around. It's almost dark. I see lots of trees and a lake. Are those eyes looking at me? I want to go home, I shouted. There are monsters in the woods. It's dark and I'm scared. I need my nightlight. I hear my brothers laughing, but I don't care. I don't want to be here. Mark, honey, Dad says, I know the forest looks scary, but you will be snuggled in your sleeping bag next to us and your brothers. There's nothing to be afraid of. Sleep outside in the dark? I don't like that. It's so pretty under the stars, Mom says, looking up at the sky. Stars? I like stars. You can't always see them in the city. I look up too. Wow, I've never seen so many stars. Can you count them, Mark? Mom asks. After dinner, we get into our pajamas and slide into our sleeping bags. I have the flashlight Dad gave me. As he kisses me goodnight, Dad says, Are you okay? I nod my head, but I'm still a little scared. Mom comes over and kisses my forehead. Just look at the sky and count the stars, she says. There's always light in the darkness, Mark. No reason to be afraid. I start to count 1, 2, 3. Our time camping went by really fast. We went walking through the woods. It's not as scary in the daytime. I found an acorn in a rock near the creek. I saw a deer eating grass and a bird's nest up on a branch. We also went canoeing, and I saw a fish jump out of the water and watched as a turtle swam by. Dad taught me how to fish, and guess what? I caught one. Every evening, we talked about our favorite part of the day. When it was my turn, my favorite was always the same. I love sleeping under the stars. Every night, I tried to count them all, but I always ended up falling asleep. Yes, the darkness could be scary, but the light of the stars makes the darkness pretty. Sometimes I am still afraid at night, but then I remember the stars and begin to count. 1, 2, 3. And I remember there's no reason to be afraid. The end. Good night, boys and girls. See you tomorrow for another episode of AKPA's Bedtime Storytime. Bye-bye.
AKPA, bedtime story time. AKPA, bedtime story time.